What did you summon there with about 9 minutes left in a situation where you knew you had to score a touchdown? What did you find within yourself, and what do you think the teammates found?
Yeah, I think we just fought. I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't play any different coverages. We didn't call any different plays. It's just guys stepped up to the challenge. I mean, obviously those two drives before that where I dirted the fourth down play and threw the interception, put us in the hole. But I think guys just rallied and fought and found a way to win the game.
What do you see from Travis over these past few weeks as he's not been putting up what he's typically been put up that maybe led to him getting back to his old self today?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I've seen in Travis just over the last few years is the maturity to know that it's not about the numbers; it's about winning football games. And I think this year has been big for him, where he hasn't put up the same numbers, but his mentality has never changed. He's been a leader on this team. He's more happy for anyone other than himself. And when his number gets called, he goes out there and makes plays in big moments, and that's what special players do. And he's a special player, and I'm glad he's on my team.
Beyond that, you guys, I mean, obviously, any team that has success, you're happy for them. But you guys seem to really have a special bond. What's it like for you two to connect on the moment that you did with the game like this?
Yeah, I mean that was a special moment just in general. I mean, I don't think I've ever been part of a walk-off touchdown or anything like that. And so to be in that moment, find him underneath and him making such a dynamic play where, I mean, he cut back, ran by people. I mean, you would think he's old, so he can't run by people, but he's still running by people. And he got in the end zone. It was just a special moment, and I'm glad that all that hard work that he puts in every single day is paying off.
After the play, Patrick, I saw you hug him. What was your message?
Yeah, I just said I love you, man. I mean, he was the first guy that came up to me after the interception that was just like, "Hey, let's show that heart. Let's show. Get back out there. We believe in you." I mean, it seems like he's always that guy for everybody. I mean, he has a true belief in every single person on this team, and we feed off that energy that he brings every single day.
Patrick, that hard toughness, whatever you want to call it, not that you weren't tough as a team, the hard, whatever, your first year playing. I'm just wondering, do you feel big picture that you guys have taken that part of football to a different level?
Yeah, I think these last few weeks, you've seen it with the defense and the swagger that they've had. You've seen guys step up on that defense and make plays whenever their number's called. You've seen offense, even when games are ugly and they're not the games that you're used to having, stepping up, making drives at the end of games to win football games. And that's what happened today. I mean, the defense held us in that game, all those fourth down stops against a really, really good offense. And then at the end of the day, the offense, we stepped up in those last three drives and got down there and scored when we needed to.
Patrick, we talked about all season about how Travis was being played, man doubles, getting physical at the line of scrimmage. Were you surprised down the stretch that he was, one-on-one and ended up being that wide open?
Yeah, they brought a pressure off the side, so it kind of had to force them to get in a one-on-one coverage. They were trying to catch us in kind of like a five-man protection. We were able to get it picked up, so it put him in that one-on-one situation. So they had gotten us on that pressure earlier in the game, I think with a nickel coming off and making and getting right to me where I threw the ball away. And so we kind of learned from that. We were able to pick it up, and then it puts our guys in one-on-one situations. And we have some of the best guys in the league whenever they're in one-on-one coverage.
Patrick, two-part thing. What did happen on the ball you dirted and on the interception? Then I'll ask you to follow up.
It was just a really shitty throw. Sorry, my language. I mean, that's all it was.
Any short-armed it?
No, it was. I grabbed the ball and the motion was just a tad late. I let it go a little too long, and then he was wide open. So I tried to hurry up and just throw it to him, and I didn't grab the ball the way I wanted to, and so I overstrided and just threw it straight into the ground.
Well, the second part of that, though, is, okay, so there is a period of time there where you're angry at yourself for a few seconds anyway. You're frustrated. Can you try to just describe how you put the switch back to, like, okay, next play?
Yeah, I mean, in this league, that's what you have to do, good or bad. It doesn't matter what happened that last play. You have to go out there and do it even better that next one. And so even though it was such a bad moment in the game where we could have taken the lead and we didn't, the defense ended up getting a stop. And then I turned the ball over, and then they scored, but we were still only one score down. So whenever you still have a fighting chance, you just got to believe that you're going to go out there and make it happen. And I thought the guys stepped up to the challenge, made some big plays happen there at the end of the game, and we were able to find a way to win it.
Patrick, is it fair to say that Travis got his swagger back again?
I mean, if that guy loses swagger, I don't know what swagger is. He always is. He has that swag at all times. Like we've said, I mean, he's gotten double teamed and and tackled off the line of scrimmage for the last few years, but especially this year. And I thought him and Tyreek just continue to battle, and they find ways to make big plays happen whenever their numbers called it in the games.
Patrick, I'm with German media. Sorry for going off topic for a second. With the Chiefs expanding to Germany next year, is there any kind of relationship you have with Germany? And why do you think it is German fans like the Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a little relationship with Bayern Munich, being able to talk to some guys on that team and then talk to some of their coaches. I mean, you have to respect that sport over there. I mean, the fandom, the way they pack that stadium, the type of athletes that play that sport. I mean, it's awesome that hopefully we'll be able to get over there one day and play in front of those fans and see what that atmosphere is like.
Thank you.
Patrick, you talked a minute ago about that sequence where you threw that incomplete on fourth down to Hardman and then threw the interception when you guys were backed up. You talked about bouncing back from it, making it sound like it's no big deal. I mean, is it really that easy? Is that an easy thing to fight back from in a game like this?
Whenever you have a fighting chance, I mean, it has to be. If you want to be great, if you want to be a part of a great team, you have to believe that until that final whistle blows, that you have a chance to go out there and win the football game. And obviously, it sucks in the moment. I mean, I promise you, I felt as bad as anyone about that throw and that situation, and knew how bad it looked. But you get another chance in this league. It's not even if it's just the next drive, the next game, whatever it is, you're going to get another chance, and you better be ready for that moment.
Patrick, you've had offensive success this year against the Raiders twice, and it's been a little bit few and far between besides them. How important was it to do it against another team in this spot, those third and fourth quarters, and then how much confidence can you gain now down the stretch after that?
Yeah, I mean, doing it against a division opponent that's kind of studied you the whole entire offseason, and it's a really good football team just in general, and good defense, and good defensive coordinator. It definitely gives you confidence. I mean, they're playing the same coverages that people have said it kind of gave us the struggles, but it all comes down to execution. And I've always said if we execute, we can score on anybody. But it's going to take us executing every single drive, and we did at the beginning and at the end. So we got to figure out a way to do it for the full entire game.
Here, Patrick. Earlier this season, it was what's wrong with the Chiefs, and now you're the first AFC team to get 10 wins, and you probably locked up the division title tonight. How gratifying for you has this turnaround been to experience such a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it shows the character of the guys in the locker room. I mean, my first few years has always been jump out to these early leads with a lot of wins and then kind of try to coast almost into the playoffs. Well, this year it was the opposite of that. We're going to have to battle every single week to get to where we want to be at. And the job's not finished. We got 3 more regular season games, I believe, and then going into the playoffs. And so we got to find a way to continue to get better and better and try to build that momentum into the playoffs.
Patrick, that 2-point conversion seemed like it took about 30 seconds. How many reads did you go through, and did Clyde just kind of break off his or react to your scramble on that?
Yeah, it's probably crazy because I think McCole, Travis, and Tyreek were all open, and I didn't throw it to any of them. And then Clyde, who was supposed to be blocking, actually ran and caught it. So it's one of those on film where coaches going to be like, what were you seeing? And I was like, I saw them all open. I just, for some reason, didn't throw it. So we got 2 points regardless, and we were able to move it to overtime.
Travis, you talk about Patrick, you talk about Travis's swagger. From a team perspective, do you think you guys lost that earlier, and you have it all the way back now?
I don't think we lost it. I mean, we didn't win those games kind of at the early part of the year, but I mean, we always had the confidence that we knew we had the guys in the locker room to win them. I mean, I think we're still building on trying to become great, but I think we got the guys to do it. So I'm excited for the challenge of these last few weeks in the playoffs. Yeah, you have to. We've had to learn that. I think that's been the biggest thing this season. Is we've always been this like big play team that's had short drives under 3 minutes, whatever it is. And with the way defenses are playing us, you have to learn how to take it the short stuff and do these long drives. And I think it's made us better because we always have the big play. We're always gonna have the chance to make the throws on the field to Tyreek and McCole and all that different type of stuff. But if we can show everybody that we can drive down the field methodically with patience, I mean, that'll be hard for defenses to stop.
Patrick, you mentioned Kelsey being an old man, but what about him as a route runner? Makes him so unique that allows him to find space and really leverage defenders.
Yeah, he's so slippery with his routes. it's hard to even imagine his shoulders start rocking, and that's why he can dance, I think. But he's running, and it looks like he's running slow, but he's moving fast. And I think you've seen that on some of the long runs that he has. Is people even take bad angles on him, and they don't understand where he's going because he doesn't look like he's moving fast, but he is. And so he has understanding for the offense too, which helps out a ton. He knows how to run routes to get himself open and others open. But he's learned a lot in his career, and he's gotten better and better. It seems like every year.